call was a split call. Stephen Browning, 5 minutes.
Thank you. I'm pleased to be able to speak to the Animal Welfare Amendment Bill and congratulate those involved with getting the improvements into the bill, and particularly my colleague Mojo Mathers. What I want to see when this bill is fully enacted, and I want to see other elements of animal welfare law that are already enacted put into practice by this government. And I'm thinking particularly, as I speak tonight, of the hundreds of cows that died from the herbicide-tolerant swede issue in Southland. The many, many more that were visibly ill, and the many, many more with subclinical issues. So poor were the condition of some of the surviving cows that there's a question of the suitability of them as culled cows for processing. I've been looking at some Official Information Act material on this, and sure, there's what they call a natural toxin seemed to be the cause of the distress of these cows. This was a serious animal welfare issue. Was that product that clearly is at the base of this issue withdrawn? Was it banned? Or was there a cover-up? And there was a cover-up. We still do not have a proper report on what happened last winter into early spring from those cows in Southland. The only way we can find anything is through Official Information Act material, and in that I find the very valid questions I put to the Minister. I see how they were treated. Oh, just the generalisations. And if you're asked about this, just stick to these messages. Don't go down the track or try to answer any questions. There is a chemical involved here as well. It's not just the glucosylanates, we'll call them GSLs for short, as everybody else does for good reason. That's a natural toxin that forms in the leaves of swedes and other brassicas and can get quite high under certain conditions and become to a toxic level. But what we find here is that the herbicide-tolerant swedes have way more than the non-herbicide-tolerant swedes. The GSL levels, 4 to 16 milligrams per kilo in the leaves. The bulbs are lower, down on the ground, 1 to 4 milligrams per kilo, but non-herbicide-tolerant ones, just 1 milligram. Something is going on there with that particular crop. PGG Wrightson's clean crop system, swedes at least, and we're not too sure about the turnips, rape and other products of theirs under that system. They cheated New Zealanders, they cheated farmers by going down a system of production of those herbicide-tolerant ones, dodging the genetic engineering route that they already had for that same product, through a chemical mutagenesis thing, just as much DNA muck-up, so they didn't have to go through the EPA and be open to submissions and testing for safety. They dodged it, and this government has let them dodge it. This is an animal welfare issue. It's also an issue for the people that consume the products of from those animals and the other animal products in this country that are fed, the animals fed on products that containing lots of herbicides, whether it be glyphosate, whether it be this chlorothalonol that's in these herbicide-tolerant swedes that's banned in China. In here, in the Official Information Act stuff, I find that they're saying, is there enough other herbicide? Is there enough other herbicide if we move away from these crops? So locked in to PGG Wrightson's crop. We've got to change the way we farm. We have to go down the organic route. And this government has got to help with regulation for the organic sector. Thank you.
I call Sue Moroney, 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr Chair.